grounds to left right after that. And since then, the Marlins have been very quiet offensively. Right back to the mound. Bumgarner recovers after he knocks it down. And he has set down 9 straight. We've played 3, tied at 1.
Fourth inning in South Florida. Time to take a look at our Geico legacy moment on this day in 1934. Boston routs Detroit 14-4. They say a triple is the most exciting play in baseball. Yep. The Red Sox hit 4 in a row in the 12th inning. Or in a 12-run fourth, rather. It was, you might know these guys, Carl Reynolds, Moose Solters, Rick Farrell, and Bucky Walters. 4 consecutive triples.
2020
Jeff Gallen was a bat boy
Toronto.
I think he was.
Blue
Of course,
Jays.
the big anniversary today, 1931. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, was born.
Well, we had him at a Cactus League Hall of Fame luncheon a couple of years ago, and he was the life of the party.
I'm telling you.
One story after another was immensely entertaining.
Everywhere he went, he was the life of the party. Of course, being with the Giants, coaching under Dusty Baker there, Willie used to come out to spring training workouts over at Scottsdale Stadium. And, long days. Guys are dressed in uniform at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're out there working out all morning. Maybe play a sim game or something in the afternoon. And, you're just beat, exhausted by 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And Willie would start telling stories, and guys would stop whatever they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
And sit there as long as it took Willie, as long as he wanted to tell stories, he had an audience.
See beyond the windows there in left field, left center, a Miami rainstorm thundering down outside. Of course, we're in Miami. That's Jody Jackson country. Sure is. Right?
That's a ball.
I just assumed they were going to name the stadium after her, but
I think there was some kind of paperwork snafu.
Yeah.
Jody Jackson, a product of the U.
It's all about the U.
1-2.
Count is 2-1.
Pretty good series so far for Nick Ahmed. Trying to get back in form. 3 hits and a walk. Singled twice and walked in last night's ball game. In fact, Nick's base on balls, we talked about this in the last half inning, the bases on balls. Nick's walk in the 9th last night was his first since April 15th. Wow. He had gone 16 games and more than 50 plate appearances without drawing a walk.
Nick's going through a little stage right now, too, where when he does get good pitches to hit, he fouls them off. Just a little bit under him, a little bit over him. The timing is just not quite where it needs to be.
Well, he told us he feels like he turned a corner with that right knee, which bothered him throughout the spring.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Batting average has been creeping back up, 192 coming into this one. You can hear the thunder outside.
Yeah.
Big Miami Thunder boomer coming down outside. Not here in Phoenix where we are.
The first baseman, Eric.
Sunny, a beautiful day. There it is. He got a fastball and lined it, but right at Duvall and left. One out in the fourth. Just posted on Twitter. Take a look at our Valley Sports question today. This is a tough one. Which pitcher is the Marlins' career wins leader?
That's a good question.
You can't, no cheating. You can't peek at the internet or anything. Just sort of take a guess. You're on Twitter, so don't look it up on there. But cast your vote, and we'll have the answer coming up later in the broadcast. Of course, this club has 2 World Series championships.
The right
Could have been any one of those 4 guys.
0-1.
Varsho now. Olsen reached on an error committed by the shortstop Miguel Rojas and then scored on Pavin Smith. 2-out RBI double in the second to tie the ball game 1-1.
That is good. The second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. 0-1's the count. Oh, and 2. He's safe. That is tough. The designated hitter, Tommy.
I'm reminded by our producer Jeff Gowan, of course, that Dalton Varsho named after the late great Darren Dalton, longtime Phillies catcher. But Darren Dalton actually ended his career in 1997 on that Marlins World Series championship club. Number 2 and a 4th.
Leading up for
Most people that played with or against
shortstop.
Darren Dalton didn't know what his first name was. He was Dutch.
Yeah.
Everybody called him Dutch.
0-1.
Passed away much too early at the age of 55. There's Bad Bum now. Darren Dalton, 14 years with the Phillies. Finished up with 52 games for these Marlins. And he had a great World Series for the then Florida Marlins in 1997. Went 7 for 18 in that World Series with 2 doubles and a home run. And then hung him up. It's a good way to go out.
Yeah.
Batting second. The right
Boy,
field.
he had a nice left-handed swing.
0-1's
Just
the
a
count.
deadly low
Third
ball.
and dead.
Father Gary Varsho, a teammate of Darren Dalton on the Phillies.
Batting third. The second baseman, Kevin. 0-1. Vizio.
Mad Bum forgot the count right there. He was starting to walk back to the dugout, a little sheepish grin now.
Oh, the dugout seems to have noticed as well.
Yeah, that's going to cost you in kangaroo court.
There's the strikeout number 4 for Lopez. Mad Bum has set down 9 straight on the mound. He's back out there next.
Batting fourth. The first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Oh, 1's the count. No balls, 2 strikes. I'm out. Ball in. foul. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 44.
Sports, D-backs and Marlins tied at 1. Fans, you can enjoy a Diamondbacks game with friends and family from your own private Chase Field suite. Sit right behind home plate in the batter's box or check out our iconic pool suite. Reservations are now open. Call to secure 602-462-4600 or visit dbacks.com/suites. Madison Bumgarner is back on form. A leadoff home run by Miguel Rojas. Rojas' first home run of the year. Since then, Mad Bum has set down all 9 he's faced, including 5 strikeouts. Jesus Aguilar will lead it off in the 4th for the Marlins. Then it's Garrett Cooper and Adam Duvall. Aguilar flied out his first time. So far in the series, 1 for 10. He had a single in the 8th inning Tuesday. Aguilar chatting up Carson Kelly, as we've seen him do with everyone throughout this series. He's a pretty fun-loving guy.
Time is out. Oh, 2 is the count.
Aguilar last night 0 for 4, struck out 3 times. That snapped a 9-game hit streak for him.
It's one thing to punch out 3 times in a ball game, but he had some bad swings last night. Yeah, out of sync.
Well, he's got 6 home runs this year. All 6 have come in his last 10 games. But he's been, for the most part, kept quiet in this series.
Change up.
This might be the most change-ups he's thrown all season.
I don't think there's any doubt about it.
Yeah. We're only 1 batter into the 4th. This conversation between Carson Kelly and Jesus Aguilar has been going on after every pitch. Let's see if he checks in with Carson here. It's been a little back and forth. All good-natured. Oh, now it's 2 strikes. He's got to focus.
The count, 0-2.
Carson Kelly wants it in.
I got the count, 1 and 2.
Left it out. Deep to center. Varsho's under it. 10 straight set down by Madison Bumgarner. Let's get a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Get my $5.99 50-50 popcorn chicken with both classic and spicy. Only a Jack in the Box.
Right fielder tonight, Garrett Cooper, 0 for 1. 4 lefties and 1 switch hitter on Don Mattingly's bench. He's got all his right-hand bats in there tonight.
On 2.
Mad Bum coming off a win over the Rockies his last time out. That was Friday at Chase Field. 1 run, 4 hits. He struck out 6. The odd thing about that start was that he was pulled after 5 innings and only 81 pitches, and then we came to find out afterward that he, as he put it, was kind of beat up. Under the weather is the way Torre Lovello described it. He said a lot of guys in the clubhouse had been not feeling that well. And Madison wasn't sure if it was allergies or what. He said whatever's been going around kind of took its toll. He wasn't 100% 100% of that last start, but he's been on form tonight.
0-1's the count.
Yeah, allergies not uncommon this time of year in the Valley of the Sun.
I know you've been going through a battle of your own over there.
That's quite the spring.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew the fastball by him. Strikeout number 6.
We talked about Matt Bum's velocity in the open of the show, and I think it's notable. I mean, for a 4-season stretch from 2016 to 2019, his fastball average velocity was 91.2. His first 12 starts as a member of the Diamondbacks had dropped down to 88.8, but once again in his last 3 starts, it's right back up to 91.1.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
Now
right back to where he was his last several seasons in San Francisco.
0-1.
Adam Duvall, a long home run last night off Luke Weaver. He flied out to win the first.
We got time.
The D-backs were adamant after Madison's last start that whatever emptied his tank a little early was not COVID related, so there was good news there. They were 100% certain about that.
3 balls,
it was kind of funny when reporters asked Madison more about what was wrong with him. He said, I've already been to the doctor.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I already talked to the doc.
That's good enough. Said he had an appointment with the actual doctor, and that was as far as he was going to go. But he would only say that pretty much anything he did in that start was not ideal. Still pitched very well.
Leading off for the Padres, the shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. No ball, 2 strikes.
Need this kind of outing from Madison Bumgarner tonight. Some of the other guys in the rotation are sputtering a little bit, can't get deep into the ball game, puts an extra pressure on the bullpen, more pressure on the offense.
Lost his footing a bit there. Got Taylor Widener on the injured list, Merrill Kelly on the injured list, although they do expect Merrill to make a start this weekend in New York, either Saturday or Sunday. Still don't know what exactly the problem is.
Now batting, the first baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Marlins just can't keep that cutter fair. He keeps running it in there on the hands. They keep pulling it foul down there toward the third base coach. Trey Hillman's been jumping all over the place down there.
Yeah, that thing got right in there on Duvall. See, this is where that lack of predictability comes in now. You might see the changeup, the curveball. He's had some strikeouts with fastballs. Goes to the heater once again.
Leading up,
Missed a spot. He wanted to get that one in on the hands once again of Adam Duvall. Left it out over the plate, but up. Harmless foul ball.
A leadoff home run by the Marlins, Miguel Rojas, and that has been it. The Marlins have not had a base runner since. 3-2 on Adam Duvall. Brian Anderson would be next. Foul ground, third base side. This dribble has
oh my God. What a big pitch.
12 in a row set down by Mad Bum. After 4, it's still a 1-1 ball game in Miami.
You unreal.
The first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
Ball, that's out.
Hard to believe that.
He's out.
The batter, number 44.
And for our neighbors
Ball
without
one, no
homes,
strike.
Arizona's hot summer days can be fatal. You can join Valley Sports and CAS, Central Arizona Shelter Services, Arizona's largest homeless shelter, by dropping off cases of water at their downtown Phoenix campus located at 230 South 12th Street. You can also make a donation online and provide life-saving water for people at risk. Visit casaz.org.
Up next to the Blue Jays.
Haven Smith, 2 for 2.
Count
The
1-0.
middle spot leads off the fifth against right-hander Pablo Lopez.
Go!
Haven singled his first at bat, had an RBI double his second time up there.
I'm out.
Haven Smith, for a young guy with such little big league time, has been really a ubiquitous presence in this lineup this year. Only Escobar and Peralta have had more at bats than Haven Smith this season.
Center fielder.
And now he started all 3 games in this series at 3.
Nice launch angle.
He's at first base in this one. He's already played all 3 outfield spots in the series.
Nope,
So he's off to a
inside, ball
terrific
2.
start.
If he wasn't a lefty, he probably had some time at third base, second base by now.
Hit that one into the ground right at Birdie, the second baseman. That's 5 in a row set down by Lopez. As Drupal Cabrera has been hit by a pitch, he flied out.
That's ball 4.
We go back to the walk discussion, and Cabrera was leading the team
Now back.
as of this
left
weekend
fielder.
in bases on balls.
Florida.
He struck out
Florida,
twice
yeah.
last night against 2 different pitchers.
0-1's
And
the count.
Drupal rarely struck out at all the very beginning of the year. Has now
0-1.
punched out 12 times in his last 11 games.
That's out.
Here's a look at the Marlins defense. They have the overshift on. Been swinging a lot more often, a lot more aggressively than he was earlier this year.
3.
In fact, he has struck out twice in a game, 5 times in his last 12. And down here, 0-2.
Leading off the
Got a fastball up and just couldn't quite keep it fair. Two-backs off to New York after this one. The East Coast junket continues. Their second one this year already. 3 against the Mets starting tomorrow. D-backs live pregame show at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. 4:10 first pitch. Zach Gallen goes against lefty David Peterson.
0-1.
Neither the Mets or the D-backs have announced starters for Saturday or Sunday, so we're not sure if we see Jacob deGrom or not.
And normally you would prefer to make those East Coast swings a little later in the season when the
He's
weather
dead.
heats up a little bit. Not uncommon to run into snow this time of year back in the Northeast.
Ball, that pitch is out.
But you play them wherever it says you play them on the schedule.
What do you got?
2-2 on his Drupal Cabrera. Josh Rojas on deck. Diamondbacks still with only 2 hits, both by the leadoff man, Haven Smith.
Now back. Designated hitter.
There's another strikeout for his Drupal, and the 5th tonight for Pablo Lopez.
0-1's the count.
Rojas
No
has
ball, 2
twice
strikes.
grounded out once into a double play. Batting 3rd tonight for Torlavello.
He's safe.
Josh has been getting a lot of national attention with the run he's been on. Saw him on the MLB network talking to Lauren Shahadi and crew. He was on Mike Farron's radio show on Sirius.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, that's a big. You get that spot. I tried to get on there one time. I got bumped.
Now batting, the catcher, Austin Nola.
I'd love to see some quick lightning strike offense here from Josh Rojas. He's hit the last Diamondbacks home run in the 5th inning of Game 1 of this series. A solo blast to right field.
The count, 0-2.
That's a fair ball that goes by Aguilar and down the line. Rojas heads for second. And he's in there with a double. At least for the moment. Let's make sure that's not an E3. That one kind of ate up Jesus Aguilar down there.
For Toronto, the
Hard
catcher,
topspin grounder.
number
Sometimes that
85.
second bounce on a topspin grounder like this takes off a little bit
Ball
more
one,
than you
no
expect
strike.
as a defender.
That might have already been by him. That's a double for Rojas. Another extra base hit for Josh. And he's at second with 2 down for Peralta. This is my beat the streak win right here. I got Rojas and Peralta.
Count,
I'm
1-0.
sitting on a big 2 right now.
Ball, that's outside.
Well, I got all the way up to 3.
Yeah, knocked back down to earth.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman.
We are terrible at this. We really are.
now batting,
I think we're just
right fielder,
overthinking it sometimes.
Chaos
You know, you look at the numbers, righty,
Oh,
lefty,
that's good.
splits, on the
1-0.
road, at home. Who's hot, who's not.
That's what I think. When I walk in, I see your staff hard at work. I think that's they're doing game.
Ball,
No, they're
that's
looking
out.
up your beat the streak stuff.
Which, tells you why I'm back to 0.
That's exactly right. Lopez approaching 90 pitches here with 2 outs in the 5th. David so far has walked and struck out. It's chopped over the mound. Birdie charges, bobbles it.
the
Peralta's
batter,
aboard.
number 8,
And
second
Rojas
baseman.
is safe back at third.
Vigio.
Rojas, the shortstop for the Marlins in the second. That resulted in the Diamondbacks' run. And that's their second infield error in this ball game. E4 on Birdie.
And David just kind of rolls over a ground ball to that right side. Looked like a relatively easy play, but doesn't handle it well. Tried to throw behind Josh Rojas over there at third base, but he's back in on his belly safely.
The first baseman,
That hit him. First base.
Chance now for Carson Kelly. Carson was up in the
Now
first
batting,
inning with runners at
number
first and third.
44.
Off the plate,
He
ball 1.
struck out against Lopez. He's got another chance right here. Josh takes a big turn around third. Tony Parachica puts the stop sign on. Birdie sees that and almost
On the
picked it
tag,
off.
you're out.
Mel Stottlemyre Jr. out to the mound to talk to Lopez. Bullpen is quiet for the Marlins right now.
At the old
The count is
ballpark,
1 and 2.
Josh Rojas is probably out on that play.
Why is that?
Well, they got the turf there, the artificial turf there at the new stadium. At the old stadium, it was natural grass, and it got rained on every day. So there was always muddy as you came around third base or took a big turn around first base. You really had to make sure to keep your feet underneath yourself. At the old ballpark, Josh would still be laying out there in the mud.
No. Hey.
Another chance for the D-backs here. Carson has struck out and walked.
The third.
Well, they turned a Miami infield error into a run in the second. Can they do it again in the 5th? Carson, first pitch swinging. Don't see that a lot from him.
And for Carson, the situation dictates how aggressive he is up there at the plate. If he's got runners in scoring position and he likes that first pitch, he's more likely to attack it. If there's nobody on base or maybe a runner at first, nobody out, he's going to make you throw strikes that he wants to hit.
Plays off a high fastball.